What's up, everybody? Najee here at Otakon 2023. I'm back with an interview now with another cosplayer that I seen wandering around. I was like, I like her work. And it's a funny story that we're going to get into here. But nonetheless, let me introduce.
Hello, I'm Alex. I am NightnGalaxyCosplays on TikTok and Instagram. And I am just sort of cosplaying a Sith original character. I'm just kind of having fun with it today. Decided to take the reins of myself.
I love it. And upon meeting her, and I was like, I really like your work. I would love a chance to talk to you and get to know your craft. And I give her my phone. I was like, hey, what's your social media? She's like, oh, you're already following me. And I was like, oh, But truly, it's because, because of some mutual friends, but I really do appreciate good artistry. And surely enough, on the third day of Otakon, coming with an original mashup here, should we say, or your own creativity, it's Sith when you see one. So I truly appreciate it. So I definitely want to talk about that. But I like what I like, and it definitely is very consistent. And I was like, this is good artistry. This is good cosplaying. This is exactly why you come to conventions, because you see things to your wildest imagination, which inspirations from some of your favorites, so it's sort of recognizable, but at the same time, has its own little twist as folks are trying to interfere on our greatness over here, but it's okay. So talk to me about either one, your love for Star Wars, and then instead of taking characters that we've known, that we've seen, that we've loved over the years, and decided that you wanted to do your own thing. Why was right now the time?
Why is any time a good time? I also have to apologize. My lightsaber does talk on its own.
Oh, that's what that was.
And that's why I made that face. I was like, oh, that was mine, sorry. My bad. The resistance is over. Turn it off.
That's awesome.
I love Star Wars. I love the whole universe. And while I love the characters that like George Lucas and, the Mandalorian and all of it, it's all fascinating. I've loved it all since I was a little girl. I saw the original trilogy when I was wee tiny.
Yeah.
And I've just fallen in love with the world, and I wanted to insert myself into it. And I like the Jedi. I like that they're good, and I like that they do good things. But I just love the aesthetics of the Sith so much more. They're all very cool.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the fact that I could have shaved my head and had hair tomorrow, I probably would have shaved my head. But I thought, I have work. So I'm sure they would not appreciate that right away. So.
That's awesome. I'm going to come back to that in a second because we are at Otakon. How long have you been coming to Otakon, and why is Otakon a destination for you? Considering July is like one of the busiest months for conventions, but why was this a staple within your schedule for the year?
This actually for me was super last second. I had planned to come here since last year.
Yeah.
Lost my job at the end of the year, and then for a very short time took a semester abroad in London. And then I came back and was immediately like, I'm gonna have a job. And then I didn't have a job for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then very last second, my friend had a friend who canceled and invited me, so I was like, absolutely, I'll be there. 2 days in advance notice.
Yeah.
So I just really quickly threw this together for Sunday, and I was like, this is it. This is good. We're going with. It's fine.
Yeah.
But my very first Otakon was 2013.
Okay.
When it was still in Baltimore.
I knew that story was coming.
That was like my first convention ever as well. So I was immediately enthralled with the whole community and the whole aspect of like, hey, there are people that want to do this together and want to make a community out of this. And I was, 17, super shy, super scared of everything. And I've just met some really incredible people since. I've actually gone to a couple of conventions in the last 2 years that I've really had a blast at. So it's been a super blessing, I'll say.
Yeah.
Which is great.
That's awesome. Glad to hear it. And Otakon, Baltimore, what a time. We're here in D.C., and just for anybody that needs to know a little bit of geographics here, it's about we're an hour south of where it used to be. And I believe the year they moved was 2013, the last year I think it was. I don't know.
I think it was 2014.
Okay, yeah. So either way, come out to Otakon, folks. So how long have you been cosplaying? And what is sort of your passion, that motivation factor that makes you spend all your money, all your time, a ton of stress, and there's probably other descriptors I'm forgetting here, but you know what it is.
Yeah.
But what made you really really passionate about this?
My first cosplay ever was a Loki cosplay.
Okay. Ooh.
And it was basically a green waffle knit t-shirt, long sleeve with 2 thrift bought gold cuffs and a gold necklace, and the old Maleficent like vest thing that Hot Topic sold, and a pair of leggings, and that was all I could do.
Yeah.
But that was my very first cosplay ever, and I was super excited because I loved the Avengers and I loved Loki, and I thought Tom Hiddleston was like the coolest dude. And I showed up to Otakon, and everyone else, there was a Tony Stark that immediately recognized me, and he was in full like accurate Iron Man. He was like Loki, and I was like, oh my god, you know who I am? Yeah. You're so cool. So I immediately like that ignited it. And I'm also like, I am an actor at heart. I went to London to be an actor like that. I went to the London Academy of Musical and Dramatic Arts. Shout out Benedict Cumberbatch, who was my principal.
Wow.
Word. I have credentials.
Wow.
I've been an actor since I wanted to be an actor since I was a wee little girl, but I've been acting since I can remember, since middle school. So like a long time. So yeah.
Interesting turn in this interview here because cosplaying is an expression of creativity, which obviously by your custom build here, but so is acting.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna guess acting was your first passion. So when you discovered cosplay and you realized this was means for you to exercise your creativity, what was sort of the mental state there? Because like, I know there's a lot of fun in it, but there is certainly a lot of like preparation and work and even business to an extent. So when you realized that this was another avenue, what was sort of your thought process there?
Immediate excitement and motivation.
Okay.
Because it was this moment of like, I see these people on screen getting to do these really amazing and well-written characters, and I want to do that. But I don't have my SAG card yet, and I'm not in a super great area where I can get big auditions. So I was like, well, why don't I just do it myself?
Yeah.
And like Thanos said, just do it myself. And I did. And I got to cosplay Loki, and I'm getting to cosplay a whole bunch of other characters that I love.
Yeah.
And getting to insert myself into those worlds and put myself in the mind of those characters.
Yeah.
And keep my skills up as an actor. You know, like I said, I went to school for 15 weeks to be an actor in London, and it was really intense. Yeah. And I get to upkeep those skills and keep them sharp and motivate myself to continue and do more. And so, and it also looks great. Like people love, actors and directors, they want to see what you do and how well you do it. Yeah. And so this is a really kind of fun way and good way to do that. How well do you embody a character that you know or you don't know? Yeah. So.
You're so motivating and such good energy. Anytime anyone loses a job, I mean, that could easily be followed by a great level of depression and all sorts of other mental triggers. But it seems like you took something such as that and turned to the positive, and I think that's very mature to take a certain predicament within your life, bet on yourself, keep your tools and your craft sharp, and then walk around so pleasant and ready to meet so many different people. I think that's fantastic. The cosplay community and the con community in general, when it's at its best, this is a prime example of the type of people you meet, the type of stories you hear, and the community we want to build. And this is why I like to be a part. This is why I want to talk to folks like this. Because again, I've been following her work, and again, you can follow somebody's fantastic photography skills and cosplaying, but like truly knowing their story and their origins, I think behind that really makes like what we need to move forward to in humanity, especially within this community. So it's a beautiful story, and I just want to make sure I give you your flowers for that.
Oh, thank you. I have an amazing support community. I mean, I have amazing friends. My parents are the best. Yeah. Shout out Mom, I'll send this to you later. Show Dad too, I can't thank you guys enough. So they're obviously the best, and I have an amazing set of siblings, and just my friends are more than happy to invite me to things and say, hey, come along, do this thing with us. Yeah. We don't care if you can pay your way or not, we'll take care of you. And so that's just I can't, like, I'll get emotional, so I can't talk about it too much. But yeah, it's just, I have really great friends, and that's what keeps me afloat, and that's what keeps my warmth going, and my outgoing going, because they give it to me, and I'm like, well, pass it along.
Yeah. All right, let's get the last 3 hard questions here. Now, this is an original creation here. What is the name of your cosplay? And obviously, with an acting background, you have clearly a backstory to this character.
Oh.
So give us the scoop. We need the name, we need the background, the origins, and then to finish it off here, what are some of your future goals in terms of cosplays, whether it's conventions you want to attend, and anything else that's involved in your life right now?
Okay. Well, as for this cosplay, I don't have a name for her. I think I'm gonna keep her nameless, keep her mysterious.
Okay.
I like nameless assassins and villains.
Okay.
I think that's really cool.
Okay.
As for her backstory, I think she decided to fall into the Sith instead of like falling into it accidentally or being manipulated, like you saw Anakin being manipulated. I think she decided to be this way.
Okay.
I think she decided this was better for her to follow passion rather than logic and follow emotion rather than your mind.
Yeah.
So I think she decided that was better for her, and I think that's what her backstory is.
And where do you drop her off in the timeline here?
Ooh, I don't know. Probably.
Because Siths never died, essentially.
No.
So
probably before Vader. I don't think she's as strong as Vader. I don't think anyone really is as strong as Vader, if we're honest.
Yeah.
Because he's just really cool. I read some of the comics and I'm like, whoa, what a dude.
Your Star Wars lore is amazing.
Whoa, it's fantastic. So I don't think she's as strong. I think she got taken out pretty quick at some point.
Okay.
By a Jedi.
Okay.
But I don't think she went down without a fight. I think it was hard.
Okay. Wonder who that Jedi could be. That's a whole story. We're going to have a part 2 to this because we're going to get this whole story.
I saw some Jedis over there, so maybe we can have a
You
fight.
would have washed them. You would have easily, those scrubs over there. She talk about. And then, yes, for the final question, goals for cosplay, goals for convention, or what are you just going to do for the rest of the 2023? Vacations or anything cool?
Hopefully get a job. Hopefully make a little money.
Yeah.
But I just bought an Ida the Owl Lady cosplay from the Owl House. Actually, just her wig. I've had the cosplay for a while. I plan on making it probably the end of the summer. And then I have a Lady Dimitrescu cosplay that I've been working on for the past 2 years that I am slowly building and making sure it is as accurate to screen as possible and fits me the way that I like it to fit.
Yeah.
So I've drafted the pattern myself, collected. I probably have like 1,700 screenshots of the game stored on my old phone. Just to get the details right.
Yeah.
And so, I just have all of that. I'm also making her hat by scratch and just doing the whole thing. So hopefully that might be done by New York Comic Con.
Okay.
We'll see. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm definitely taking that one slowly.
Yeah.
So that it's good and I love it and I'm not burnt out by the end and hate it looking at it. So.
Well, listen, it is a pleasure to finally meet you, to talk about your craft, get to know you, and hopefully Otakon has been fantastic for you.
It's been a blast. I love Otakon. I love coming every year, and I love DC.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful city. So.
Yeah. Well, on that note, folks, make sure you come to Otakon next year, 2024. This will be a wrap for 2023. Thank you so much for your time today. Her information is going to be in the description below. Show some support, follow, be positive. And until next time, folks, thank you so much for checking out this interview. We'll be back for more content very soon.